Oh, right. Wow. Impressive. 23,000 miles. Hands are off the steering wheel. No steer assist per se. 37-inch tires. Are you kidding me? I grew up riding around back in the 80s, my 40s on my Chevy step side lifted, and that damn thing would be doing this. You know, this is, you went down the road, they couldn't balance 40-inch size tires with my 8-inch lift, thinking I'm the baddest around back in the day with a 305 with 180 horsepower whippity-doo-dah. So yeah, I just think the Raptor product is so much fun. I just think it's such a nice, it's so comfortable. I literally I got my first brand new Raptor in November of 2017 from Deborah Ford Chantilly. I had a full-size, fully loaded Land Rover, nicest one you could basically buy, that I used to go back and forth to Florida, Tennessee. I bought this thing, I drove to Florida, when I got back home, I sold my Land Rover. I was like, this thing is a Land Rover. This thing rides every bit as good as a Land Rover. And with a 37-inch tire package? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Wow. I mean, phenomenal. Now, this is the part of the road where people always say they do these 100-mile-an-hour stints. I'm like, man, Prince me kind of guy, sit down here all the damn time. You're going to be a guy going to jail. All right, so here we go. I think it feels good, plenty of power. It just has a really cool truck feel, and that's the thing that you want. Can I get this out of my F-150 Lightning? I cannot. Is my F-150 Lightning extremely quick? Yeah, but it feels like a box of batteries, not a box of bolts. It's a box of batteries. You ever heard of that? Actually, what I say, no, the real saying is it's a bucket of batteries, not a bucket of bolts. Okay, so just here we go. And, you know, and I mean, does this thing get up the road? It does. I mean, come on. I mean, it's a truck. And what people don't understand about the truck is I've done all the stints in these things. This is not a Mustang. When you start going down traffic at 100 miles an hour, cutting in and out of people, then you're Mr. Badass or Mrs. Badass sitting over here. You know, what happens with that real quick, this is a big-ass vehicle. And then the other thing is, for the record, Ram guys, you get the shut off because the tires aren't designed to go 150 miles an hour. You got to go and reprogram your Ram TRX if you really want to go do your all-out racing stints. This thing shuts down like at 107, 111. Ask me how I know. I know. But you know why it does that? It's these speed-rated, technically off-road, on-road tires. It can't take a sustaining high miles an hour because the tire gets too hot and blows up. So, wow. If you never showed me the mileage on this vehicle, I'd say, yeah, it's probably 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 miles on it. I don't know, maybe 8. Never would guess that this thing has 23,000 miles on it. And do you hear the interior of the vehicle? Is it tight? Very tight. Once again, 37s. We'll get it up a little higher because this is their speeds that I'm going to do on the highway. And look at this. Look at this here. I mean, come on. It doesn't haul ass. It does. I mean, whoa, don't come into us, buddy. Let's find out how good the brakes are today. So, wow, there you are. Wow. What do you think?
Oh, the Raptor 37?
Yeah.
I mean, I like how controllable the vehicle is overall, right? So, like you said, right, when you go to sport, you really open up the vehicle. But if not, you just want to get to A to B a little slower than 107 miles per hour, you can do that. But you can open up the exhaust, right? You can change the suspension. It's very customizable. So even though as the vehicle sits, it rides well, if you want to play with it, you have that option without taking it to the shop and redoing the whole suspension, put it on different tires, and changing out the exhaust.
Right. But would you ever know this car was 2 years old in some ways?
No, I have myself a Chevy Silverado ZR2, so I also have an off-road truck.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more road noise in my truck versus a Raptor 37, even with the bigger tires than I have on mine.
Now, if budget wasn't a concern, would you being a Chevy lady, or are you a Chevy lady, would you buy a Ford?
I've had Fords. I would buy a Ford.
Would you buy a Raptor?
Of course I would. I just didn't want to pay 20 grand more.
Right, well, sure, I get it. She's smart. She's the smarter of the two here because she's budgeting her money, unlike some of you know that just spends all his money. Wow,
I saw YouTube guy Dave Ramsey, and I was like, yeah, that fits him pretty well.
Right, exactly. The anti. For Mr. Dave Ramsey, you can just use me to keep on selling your books and videos because that's what you do. You tell everybody just to go pay cash for everything. Yeah, right. Good luck. When everybody goes to those rules and guidelines, Mr. Dave Ramsey, the country's broke. We're a third world country. I mean, that's the bottom line. There's no way this country will survive off of people not being able to borrow money to buy things. But that's what makes you get up more and go to work. I mean, come on. It's basic economics, right? Anyways, what... And I'm going to let Emily have a little peace and quiet on my YouTube channel because I can talk a lot. Notice? So let's get this thing back to the dealership. Let's see how special Alex is today. Some days he thinks he's more special than others. So we'll have to go back there and feel it out. You know, in some ways, you have to say to yourself, I don't think these are new tires. These tires would go 60, 70,000 miles. But at the same time, do they have little stubbies on them? I don't know. That's debatable because once your tires get some miles on them, it can be a huge difference how the vehicle rides. One way to look is there, well, if you rotated that rear spare, you wouldn't be able to tell. But, wow, so here's the graphics. Now it's outside, so now you can get a lot better, really more of the Rhapsody blue interior. Here and now, I can kind of see a little better of any of the flaws in the vehicle, you know, sort of the guy, and they usually do the body clean up, and here's some scratches here on there, and usually until you buy the car, you then clean it yourself, and then you're like, oh wow, here's, you know, here you go. I never knew this thing had that, never knew this thing had this on the car. So cool. And then everybody gets these tri-fold things, which it doesn't make any sense because I get the roll-up ones. I have videos, I have how-to videos how to put in the bed rug and put in the roll-up. These things are okay, but they're so freaking heavy. Like the roll-up one outside here, I could continue to roll this. Now to do this here, this gets very heavy to do this without having two arms. It's very heavy, but hey, saves me $1,000, $1,200. They put the all the extra stuff. Oh, there's an extra thing to hold it up in the air there. Okay, got it. And somebody professionally installed that because they did all the drain line things. So, exhaust. Now what you do is you kind of start getting up underneath here. And let's see the Canadian. All the crap. And you can see here's a lick here. There you go. So, I'd paint that. I'd get up underneath this thing and start cleaning it up and paint it. Because that's where it shows the more of that Canadian type of environment. And then here's the tires. Like I say, tire there. Did they opt to buy new tires to try to get more money out of it and not show all that other stuff? So then go here, I crawl around my hands and knees like I do every day of my life. Oh my gosh. Let's see. And now go up here, even get my hands a little dirtier. All that other stuff. You start seeing here. This up here. All my keys falling out. Yeah, see here. So that's where somebody get a little bit more attention to the detail. But it's in pretty good shape. That's good. Showing some miles on it. Front end. Some of you may see something I don't see when I'm down. So it's so weird. That looks like brand new components up in the front end here. And you can definitely see where it's got that Canadian challenge because you can see a lot of the dirt. You can actually see some corrosion. Look at the steering arm there. Yeah, steering arm. So you actually have a steering arm thing that connects to a steering box unlike the Cybertruck that's fly-by-the-wire. It has no steering arm. Computer does, so you can just kind of see on how this was definitely more exposed, that harsher environment. And once again, it's weird because here is the other side, and it's like, that looks like it's also brand new. It's so clean up there. So was this ever a, you know, you could say now, did this ever have an accident? I don't know. I don't think so, because of all this other stuff that just doesn't seem to flow with that, if you know what I mean. And then usually a big belly pan right here to protect the front end, so you're not going to see anything up here. And then down there, you see that right there. Yeah, so you come here, get up in there. Yeah, wow, interesting. I thought aluminum, crazy. Well, real things to be, what did Alex find out? So, so the deal's going down. Iceman's gonna give up the Charger for the Raptor 37. Right? Wrong? Am I crazy? I like it. Love the truck. And gotta go do the paperwork and gotta give them some money to make the deal go down. So everybody's watching my channel. There you go. I'll have it in greater length and greater conversations if you want to watch all that. But the deal has gone down. Wow. All right, she's going to clean up in detail. The gentleman here, he's a Mopar man. Can he make the cut? Does it do it? See what looks so cool about that color? You'd think it's black, but then you think it's blue. Am I talking blue in my face? And there it is. Radical difference from that Ram TRX, right? Those things barely even look like they have 37s. It's very, in some ways, you know, that thing doesn't even look like it's 37 tires. You get 35. And I don't disagree, but I like it. And there she is, all prettied up. The Raptor 37. You know, so many ways. Even for me, when I first looked out the door, I was like, hey, there's another Raptor truck. And I didn't realize it's my truck. And if it wasn't for the 37-inch little logo in the back, I would say, honestly, most people would be like, that's a Raptor. What's the difference between that and a Raptor 35? Yeah, right. Because it doesn't say Raptor 35. And they got all the mats put in, got the paper put in. So that's nice. Is that the original mats? I mean, sometimes you wonder, do they get these things a little more, you know, fancied up so that you feel like you get like a brand new used vehicle? Whoever owned it seemed to take really good care of it, that's for sure. So really nice truck. Just be interesting always to know the history of the vehicle, who actually owned this vehicle, what they did, what was the ups, why'd they get rid of it. I mean, think it through. Why did the person trade out of this vehicle? If you're anything like me, and be like, yeah, well, probably they just bought something different. Did they get tired of the way it rode? Did they get tired of the fuel economy? I mean, what drove the decision to move on? I could really take this right straight to LA tint, get the windows tinted like right now. Do I do that? I don't know. We'll evaluate. All right, the deal has finally gone down. We got to give the rumble. Oh, wow, yeah, right. Yeah, guys, like, so you gave up your Charger. You gave up your Charger, Red Eye. What is wrong with you, Iceman? What is wrong with you? What are you drinking? You're crazy. I hear you. Loud and clear. But this is a nice, badass truck, and I want it, and I got it. It was a hell of a lot of work. It took a hell of a lot of work to get this deal done. I mean, oh my gosh. You think I'm kidding about this? It took a hell of a lot of work. Woo! It's cold. So let me get things set up here and we'll talk in a second. And another deal goes down. Wow. So, wow. Every 2 weeks. This is crazy. This is more than crazy. And I got some nice people here letting me in. Thank you. And thank you there, Mr. King Man. I mean, wow, Alex. Thank you, Emily. Thank you, everybody there, for helping the Iceman get yet another pretty cool vehicle. Love the Raptor. I know some will think that I'm nuts, but I can tell you what, this is no lie. I'm not embellishing. for the number they gave me on that Charger, was the healthiest of anybody, and substantially beyond believable what Coons Baltimore Ford, my friend Derek, he just texted me when I was finalizing all the paperwork of what they'd offer on my Charger. Oh my gosh. I mean, borderline, just like, wow. So for these guys here, at the end of the day, I mean, wasn't for Alex, there's no way this deal would have gone down. He went the extra mile. Appreciate it, Alex. And wow, I got my 37 finally. I just really do like the Raptor, can you tell? And this will be now 1, 2, 3, number 4 since 2017. Wow. Whew, incredible. As we sit here in traffic and head on back home, and yep, another day is gone. I mean, just the time just passes so quickly. And these guys are selling cars left and right. Now, Alex claims there was a professional football player that was wanting to buy this truck like a week ago, but his agent wouldn't let him do it because apparently he's not under contract anymore, and he's waiting to get a new contract, and his agent's telling him, you know, I would not commit to anything until you get a new contract. So it's facts or not, I mean, I can believe in this area. So anyways, cool vehicle. We'll do some driving time here and just kind of wind you up for the day on the used car conversation day, which you go to my channel and watch the morning conversation. And boy, from Saturday, from the time I left here to today, if you would watch my channel, you'd have been like, yeah, man, that deal ain't going down. If you're really watching the channel. Was it Saturday? I mean, Jesus Christ. Yeah, it was Saturday. That's right, because they came over the F-250 Tremor. So for many people, I'm sure they'd be like, you should have gave up the F-250 Tremor instead of the Charger. Yeah, well, the reality is the number they gave me on the Charger made it so there wasn't a lot of negative equity compared to the F-250. You're talking close to double the negative equity. So a lot of things going to everything heavy, and boy, I'm into the 5 o'clock traffic, and oh boy, we ain't going nowhere yet. So this thing's got the adaptive cruise control, really cool blue interior. It just really is a cool truck, and just hope that what I bought, but I got the extended warranty for it, and I got the maintenance on it, and the gap. And so the good news is, right now I've got to 100,000 miles. If this truck decides to go kaput, up to 100,000 miles, I got all the things supposedly covered on it, because you know as well as I do, today's world of the economics of fixing things and the expense for labor is crazy. So how's she do? You know, this thing, I'm not even in sport mode, and this 37 really does just surprise even me on how powerful she is. Even that bigger tire and wheel package, you just have to think that this thing wouldn't be as kind of strong because of the bigger tire, but it really is. I'm just taken back. I'm going right by LA Tint earlier, but I got this deal done earlier. I was borderline like, do I go by LA Tint, get yet another tint, yet another one? Yeah, that'll be another day, another adventure, another project. So, all right, let's get some driving time and talk a little bit later.